American media destroyed Vasily Lomachenko. That's right. And I'm going to break it all the way down for you so you understand very clearly what I'm talking about. Let's start with number one, with how they did it. Number one, overhyping his amateur record. As you know, what you do in the amateurs does not leak or give you any benefit as far as accolades of what you do inside the professional boxing ring. Yes, it's good to have a great amateur record. Yes, it's good to have a high a body count in amateur boxing and whatever and whatnot. But at the end of the day, that's why it's called amateur and not professional. What you do in your professional has nothing to do with your amateur, but they tried to carry the amateur accolades over into boxing to try to make up for the gap of basically him being in amateur boxing way too long. Okay, so that's number one, overhyping something that holds no bearing in professional boxing. Okay, the next thing that they did with Vasily Lomachenko, since he's been an amateur way too long, they had to rush and get him a title shot. So that leaves us with back-to-back title shots. Who do you know that comes out of the gate and gets a title shot? And you know what? Cool, that's fine. But you turn around and lose that title shot, and then they turn around and give you another title shot. Back-to-back title shots after a loss. And there's no engineering going on there? Hold on, but we don't need to stop there. Okay? Lying about Lomachenko being the fastest 3-division world champion, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I did a video on that. Okay? It's not true. Okay? Loma wasn't the fastest anything in history. Okay? That was a lie. Then, what is the next thing that the media did for Vasily Lomachenko? They erased his boxing loss. They erased his boxing loss. Okay? So, when I'm saying all of this, what is going on? Lomachenko became a victim of the great white hype train that's always created in America. Okay? Hold on. Stay with me. Stay with me. In the beginning, you have to give Lomachenko his credit. Okay? Because I said, when Lomachenko came on the scene, they was trying to pour all these accolades onto Lomachenko. And I can honestly say, Lomachenko was rejecting those left and right. He was rejecting them left and right. They was like, okay, Loma, who do you think pound for pound? We think you're pound for pound, this, and that. Loma's like, no. I'm not pound for pound. I haven't even proved it yet. Terrence Crawford, he's pound for pound. This is what Loma was like in the beginning. Loma was fighting all those accolades that y'all was throwing at him. You know what I'm saying? Trying to stay humble, trying to keep his feet on the ground. We all seen him do it. They was all trying to push Loma up way higher than what he was supposed to be. It was Lomachenko who was bringing himself back down and said, hold on, wait. I got to prove it first. No. This guy you should be looking at as number one. No. I'll have my time. Wait for me to prove it with the opponents. Lomachenko was saying this the whole time. This is what happened. Eventually, you only human. Eventually, he bit into the apple. He started believing the hype. Okay? It's only so much he couldn't resist. And it affected him. And he even talks about that in one of those specials that he did on ESPN. He said he thanked Teofimo Lopez because his ego in boxing, it got to him. And he said his ego even carried with him outside of boxing. So how did Vasily Lomachenko, been humble this whole time, come over here to America and develop an ego? Because y'all was blowing his head up, telling him was this, telling him was that. He tried to fight it. He tried as long as he could. But y'all kept telling him he was this, he was that. And what did he do? He started believing the hype. And you want to know another thing that Lomachenko noticed? He noticed that when I'm across seas and stuff like this, you know what I'm saying? I'm just another boxer. But over here, I'm special simply because my skin color is different. And you think Lomachenko didn't pick up on that? You think he ain't picking up on that? Now, he ain't come over here with it. But you think he didn't pick up on that? Yeah, he picked up on it. So he was listening to all the accolades. He was listening to all of this. Yes. Then comes in, when it comes time to fight to be game, what does he do? He hides behind franchise champion. Something that you would not allow Devin Haney or any of these other people to do. You wouldn't allow him to become franchise champion. You guys wouldn't accept Devin Haney as an undisputed champion if he had a franchise title. Am I right or am I wrong? But you accepted it with Vasily Lomachenko. Just like you accepted it that Vasily Lomachenko was truthfully supposed to fight Pacquiao. We all know that. But y'all didn't want that. Claimed he was too small, he was too this, he was too that. And speaking of too small, since you guys are talking about the fight and robbery, well, we can get these out of the way right now. Nobody complained about Lomachenko looking old. Nobody complained about Devin Haney's size. So is it safe to say that we can throw those out now? Because I heard nothing, oh, he looked old. I heard nothing like, oh, Devin Haney was too big. I didn't hear that. Y'all not talking about that. Y'all talk about robbery. So in your eyes, Lomachenko went in there and made a pretty good account of himself. Is that right? Has to be, because you ain't say nothing about it. This is what people was telling y'all when y'all was calling Lomachenko old and washed up, and he don't look the same. Evidently, he looked good enough to the point y'all think he won. So it really wasn't about him being old. It really wasn't about that size. Then was it? You see how we can catch these fools? It's so simple. But y'all hiding behind franchise champion now. And then what does he do? He noticed that, you know, I get certain privileges and people like me more, especially over here in America, just due to the fact that I'm white. So what did he start doing that every other athlete in America starts to do once they get some notoriety? Just to make sure the people are on their side. Who do they call out? Whose name do they bring up? Floyd Mayweather. Same thing with Conor McGregor. Same thing with Ronda Rousey. All of them, as soon as they trying to get to where they go, they mention Floyd's name because they know it's an automatic pat on the back because people don't like Floyd. So that automatically puts you in the we like you seat. That's why they do this. Well, since Floyd is not here, how else would you do that? You bring up who? Gervonta Tank Davis. And you want to know why it doesn't make no sense? Because Lomachenko has destroyed himself building up to this fight. Because him and his coach said Devin Haney didn't achieve anything. That's why we didn't fight him. But you were chasing Gervonta Tank Davis, who the whole boxing world complained ain't done enough. So was it really about Devin Haney not achieving anything? No, it wasn't about that. It shows that he ducked Devin Haney and he was clout chasing Gervonta Tank Davis. Lomachenko started to do the same bullshit that these American athletes started to do because he started to feed into the hype and feed into the bullshit. Okay? He bit the apple and he believed in the hype. That's why he said he had an ego. And because of that ego, he thought he was better than what he actually was when he was trying to keep himself grounded at his skill level. But when y'all was pouring all these compliments on him and all this on him, and you're great, you're next Ali, these guys can't touch you, you're the greatest fighter that we've seen since like ever. All lies, all not true. All things that y'all said simply because he is Caucasian. The reason why y'all cried because he was pushed, because he's Caucasian. The reason why y'all crying about undisputed, because he's Caucasian. You know what I'm saying? And to add to the fact, y'all hate anything black. But at the end of the day, that white hyping is what gave him the ego, which made him weak in the long run, which made him unrealistic about his skill set. Therefore, when he stepped in there with somebody who's really about it, he loses. He loses. Y'all talking all that amateur stuff and professional, he loses. The bottom line is, the media destroyed Lomachenko by throwing him in the white hype train engine. And he got caught up in the hype He got caught up in the bullshit. He lost his footing where he was really at in boxing. He started to believe all the shit that they say. He started to accept the protection that they was putting out there for him because they like the image of what he is. And that weakened him in the long run. And when he gets in there and when it's timely time to meet, achieve your dreams, he can't pull it off. Why? Because he was never all that in the beginning to begin with. But y'all lied to him, y'all lied to the public, and everybody drunk the Kool-Aid, and now y'all crying. If y'all really feel the fight was this, the fight was that, like I said before, ask them to go on and review the fight. I guarantee you it's going to come back the same. But at the end of the day, you could blame the media and you fans for what happened to Lomachenko because y'all always want to hype somebody up just due to the fact you want to feel better than the black guys. It's sad. It's sad.